Welcome to Rest Day Yoga. This session's been designed for those of you that have had a physically demanding week. One of those weeks where maybe you've been at the gym a lot, maybe there's been a lot going on, maybe work has been physically demanding. And it's a time for us to spend a few moments down on the ground. We're just going to move, stretch out, find a bit of length in the body, and just hopefully ease some of those aches and pains. Um, for me, it's been a pretty physically demanding week. So I'm ready for a little bit of this. Before we get started, I am just going to use a hand towel as a prop. So if you want one, then go and grab one of those now. I will also show you an option where we just use the hands. But the hand towel will just take away the need to reach all of the time. Okay. And you can use anything similar, blankets, a yoga belt, something like that. So let's begin the practice today. We're going to come straight to lying on our back. We're going to find our way into constructive rest position. So legs are going to be bent, feet are going to be on the ground. I want you to just take a moment here, allowing the upper body, the full length of the spine, the shoulders, the arms, all to sink down into the mat. And once you're in a comfortable position, then just start to introduce a full breath. Inhaling fully, exhaling fully. We're just going to take about 5 of these. And as you come to the end of your next breath, just going to start our first movement today by taking the arms into a T shape. And all I want us to do is keeping the arms as grounded as you can. We're just going to roll one palm down whilst the other palm stays up. And we're just going to start to switch those. So as the palm that's down turns up, the palm that's up turns down. As we start to roll the arms, I want you to get as much of the arm involved as you can. So the upper arm, the shoulder, all just twisting and turning with each movement. And you can continue with the rotations, or it may be that you want to start to hold this shape. So as one palm is up and the other's down, it may be that that feels quite good. And you're just going to pause there for 5 breaths. It may be that you'd rather stay moving with the breath. That choice is yours. And if you're holding the shape, let's switch it through to the other side. And once again, we're going to hold for another 5 breaths. Last one. And then flip both those palms up and just let the arms rest for a moment. Let your shoulders sink into the mat. Excellent. Okay, so from here, if you want to use the hand towel, please do. Just kind of fold it over a couple of times so you've got a bit of length with it. And our first move we're going to practice here is right knee is going to come into the chest. Your hand towel is going to go around the back of the thigh. Alternative is that you just take the hand to the back of the thigh. But what I want you to think about, and it doesn't really matter which one you're using, I want you to see whether you can relax the shoulders down, whether you're using the towel or your hands. Either way, keep those shoulders down and relaxed. Okay. So you're holding the back of the thigh. And all we're going to do from here is start to bend the leg and then extend the leg up into the air. It's up to you how much you lengthen that leg. There's one thing I'm going to say. If you naturally lean towards, pushing yourself, challenging yourself, I encourage you not to here, right? Move to that point of tension where you can start to feel some sensation in the back of the leg. Stop there for a second and then rebend the leg. Wonderful. Next time the leg extends, pause there. I want you to imagine you're driving your heel up towards the ceiling. Get as much length as you can. You're just pressing that heel up high. And from here, we can start to bring a bit of movement into the ankle, pointing the toes to the ceiling and then drawing the toes towards your face. Just notice how this feels in the back of the leg. And then just let that ankle settle into a position that feels good. And from here, you can, if you want to, move the towel up to the sole of the foot, taking it across the center of the foot. And you can just start to hold the leg up into the air like this. So we're going to take another 5 breaths here, and I've got one final option, and that is to do with the other leg, so the left leg. If you want to, you can slide that left leg long and rest it down onto the ground. Remember that these are all options. They're not for you to push or challenge yourself here. They're just for you to find a place that allows you to find a bit of length in your body. 2 more breaths. Wonderful. Now, if the left leg is long, let's rebend it, take the sole of the foot back to the ground, and then just take the towel away and bring the right foot down to the ground. Take a moment here. Then we're going to switch to the other side. So once again, that left knee comes into the chest. You've got that option of taking the hands to the back of the thigh or using the towel. Choice is yours. Then we're just going to start to bend and straighten the leg. So we start to straighten the leg up into the air, and then we bend. We're not moving with any speed here. If anything, whatever speed you're moving at currently, maybe just slow it down a fraction. Only extend the leg as much as feels right for you. So think about the sensation in the back of the leg. You know, we don't want to force and irritate any of the body. Excellent. Next time that leg's up in the air, we're going to start to move that ankle. Pointing toes to ceiling, drawing toes to face, and just noticing any feedback we receive. Wonderful. And settling into that foot position that's right for you. And this is where you've got that option to move your towel up to the sole of the foot. And once you've secured the foot with the towel, if you're using one, then you can send that right leg long and rest it down on the ground. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Excellent. And rebending the right leg, unhooking the foot. Let's bring the left foot down to the ground. And as that foot rests down, just take a little sway of the knees. Nothing major, just shifting knees left to right. Excellent. Now from here, we're going to start to roll over onto the front of the body. So I always say shift yourself over to one side of your mat, extend the legs long, and just roll yourself onto the front. And then you can just recenter yourself. Now from here, once you're in a comfortable position, we're going to prop ourselves up onto our forearms. So coming onto the forearms, we're going to take elbows underneath the shoulders. We're going to reach the forearms forward. And we're going to press down into the hands. We're coming into a little bit of a back bend here. And all I want you to think about is pulling the shoulders down and away from the ears as you start to look towards the top edge of your mat. Excellent. Now, as you settle here, I want you to think about the position of the elbows. It's not just about finding the elbows under the shoulders in a forwards and backwards direction. It's also about finding it in a left to right direction. So we almost want to bring the elbows in towards the center, almost like we're trying to squeeze the chest as we press into the forearms and pull the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to be here 2 more breaths, and I'm going to add some extra options for you. Now from here, depending how you're feeling, you may want to tuck those toes under and start to press the heels away. Or you may want to bend those legs and draw the heels in towards the bum. Or you may want to just keep those legs resting down on the ground. This is just about finding what feels right in your body. One option isn't particularly harder than the other option. It's just about listening to what's finding length, finding that stretch in your body. We're going to go for 3 more breaths. Wonderful. And then just extend those legs long once again. Lower the chest slightly, slide the hands back so hands are underneath the shoulders this time. And we're just going to roll ourselves up to tabletop. So lift the chin, lift the chest, press through the hands, lift the abdomen, the hips, the thighs, and just sweep that bum back and then walk the hands back ever so slightly to make your way into that all fours tabletop position. Now, once you're in your tabletop, as you breathe in, start to stretch the front of the t-shirt, start to look forward. And as you breathe out, start to stretch the back of the t-shirt, look to the knees, and just move between these 2 points with the breath. The slower the breath, the slower the movement. Take your time. Wonderful. Let's go for one more round. One more round of our cat and our cow. And then just return to your neutral tabletop position. And we're just going to take the hands. I want you to walk the hands over to the right side, keep the knees where they are. And as the hands go towards the right, start to press your hips towards the left. Look in for a little bit of length in the side body. And what's great with this one is it really allows you to start to explore. So you can just kind of shift the hips forwards, backwards, left and right to find that length in the outer lower back. One more breath. And you guessed it, we're bringing it straight through to the other side. So hands pass through center, over to the left side. Once you've found the placement of the hands, just press your hips over to the right. Just start to shift around, circling, moving, exploring the movement to find that little bit of length in your side body. One more breath. Excellent. Start to walk it back in to the center. And from here, I want us to come back to lying on our back. So my guidance here would be walk the hands forward, guide yourself down to the front of your body, and then roll yourself over onto your back once again. From here, we're going to take the arms wide, okay? So we're nearly there. This is kind of our second from final movement. So the arms go wide into a T shape. We're going to take the right leg, we're going to extend it long. We're going to rest it on the ground. We're going to keep the left leg bent. Okay. And we're going to come into a twist here. So from this position, I want you to press down into the left foot and allow the body to roll onto the outer right hip. As you next inhale, bring yourself back down. We're going to take a couple of moves in and out of this. So exhale, press down through the left foot, roll to the outer right hip. And if you can, keep both the shoulders glued down onto the ground. Follow your breath with this one. Perfect. Next time you come into this, if you want to, you can start to look towards the left hand. Now from here, you can continue to move in and out of this shape. Exhaling to enter, inhaling to exit. Or you can hold it. So you can bring yourself into the position and then you can just hold yourself there. I'm going to go for another maybe 8 breaths. Two more. Perfect. Bring yourself back down. We're going to switch the legs. We're going to go through this on the other side. So left leg's going to extend long. Right leg's going to bend. As we enter this, please do come in with fresh eyes. Don't just try to mirror what happened on the previous side. Let's just stay curious as we move into this. So arms are in the T shape. Left leg's long, right leg is bent. As you next exhale, press down into that right foot. Lift right side pelvis and roll to the outer left hip. Inhale, bring it back down. We're exhaling to enter. Inhaling to exit. We're going to go for about 2 more. And then if you want to, you can bring the turn of the head in, okay? So as you enter this shape, you can look towards the right hand. Inhale, bring body down, look back to ceiling. Exhale, press into that right foot, roll to the outer left hip, turn the head towards the right. That's it. Now, if you want to, You can hold yourself in the twist or you can continue to move in and out. Choice is yours. About halfway there. And at the end of your next breath, just bring yourself back down and return to constructive rest position with both your legs bent, soles of the feet on the ground. And I want to close this session with an option for legs up the wall. So your first option is to maybe use a chair. And basically what you can do is pick the feet up and place the lower part of the lower leg, the ankles and the heels of the feet on a chair, and you can just hold it here. The aim is for the legs to be as supported as they can be. Okay, so that is a chair option if you don't have a wall handy. If you've got a portion of a wall available, then let me walk you into it. Relocate to that wall, and you're going to roll onto your side. And I want you to get the bum as close towards the wall as you can. From there, you'll roll onto your back, and as you roll, take the legs up the wall. Once the heels of the feet are resting on the wall, just play around with how wide you want the feet positioned. If you want to take it a little bit wider than hip distance, whether you want to bring them completely together or somewhere in between. The aim here is to let the wall just hold the legs and really to do as little as we can. You can always pop a cushion under your head to just pick that head up a little bit if you want. And we're just going to take the arms down by the side or just rest the hands on the abdomen. Once you've found your position, just encourage those legs to relax, the feet to soften. Now that you've been here a minute, if you need to adjust in any way, please do. Now, if you're particularly comfortable here, then please do stay. You can stay here for another couple of minutes. But if you're coming to the end of your available time, then all I want you to do is start to bend the legs again slightly, walk the heels a little bit down the wall, and then you're just going to roll onto your side body with the legs extended. Take a little moment on your side. And then from there, you can start to pick yourself back up to your comfortable seat. And I would just like to say thank you so much for joining me. Thanks, everyone.